Hello, I'm Dr. Harper. This video is BUSN 6630, Management of Operation, the syllabus, the policies and procedures. So first, notice that in Canvas, we have the syllabus, and the syllabus is three parts. The first is the outline, which is this video. The second is policies and procedures, and that's this video. So let's bring up the policies and procedures. Okay. The policies and procedures in this syllabus will be followed in the course and apply to every student. In taking the course, each student is responsible to know and adhere to the policies and procedures in the syllabus. So refer to this often because this will outline and detail how to submit things and where to find things. I start with the course description. This is out of the catalog, so they can compare this with accreditation. Now the course objectives, these are my objectives for the course. This course will survey. It's a survey of concepts, methods, and strategies. So there's three things. First, concepts and methods. I will talk about the conceptual aspect of operation, but also the methods, and they go together. And then finally, strategies. I will talk about strategies as we apply the concepts and methods within a business environment. Commonly used in the management of operations. Recognition of problems, application of techniques, communication results are emphasized through lectures, assignments, and exams. Those three things, recognition of problems, is very important because before you know how to solve a problem or address an issue, you have to know what it is. Application of techniques, so many times in business, people take a technique and apply it incorrectly or in the wrong place or at the wrong time. And finally, communication of results. Communication is important in business. Knowing the answer is not good enough. You have to know how to communicate that answer so it can be used. The approach to the material in this course will include a progressive objectives that build on one another. I think they call that laddering or scaffolding, of a basic understanding of the underlying concepts, then a proficiency in the application of the tools and operations problems, and then an ability to analyze operational strategies, and then experience in communicating results in a business environment. And so there's that continuous objective. The course should provide a student the capability to independently acquire a workable solution to commonly encountered operations problems, or to be an effective leader or contributor in a team effort dealing with operational issues. So what that means is you can work problems on your own, or if it's a bigger problem, you can either lead it or be a contributor. Okay, next, course objectives, course overview. The course design contains multiple resources, video resources, etc., to be utilized at each student's discretion based on learning styles, learning objectives, availability, and needs. Resources include Word files, Excel files, and videos. Videos based on the material in the Word files and Excel files include a presentation of material and the application of the material. And there's the concepts and methods. And so each student's discretion, use those the way you need to, depending on your learning styles. Course design also includes deliverables in the form of quizzes, homework, exam, and project. Each type of deliverable has specific learning objectives. Quiz and homework deliverables are designed for learning. Exam is designed for evaluation. And a project is designed for communication. Although each student is encouraged to utilize resources as needed, each student is required to submit deliverables when due. No late assignments are accepted. No work is accepted or considered after the end of the course. Those two policies are very strict, no exceptions, so be very careful. Communication includes asynchronous question and answer between students, asynchronous Canvas messaging with me, synchronous virtual Zoom office hours with me, and synchronous in-person office hours with me on campus. And the office hours will be posted on Canvas. And the reason to post it on Canvas and not in the syllabus is because through the semester, so many things happen. Sometimes I have meetings, sometimes I'm on travel, and we have to move them around, and we can have them at maybe at different days. But I will post announcements in Canvas, so you will know if it's being changed or shifted or anything. And I'll post them in Canvas. So Canvas is used as the primary communication between me and you. Okay. Course management. Online resources, quiz assignments, homework assignments, exam, and a project. And I've already said this before in the first video. I'll say it again. Course grade is based solely on student performance in the grade measures of the quiz assignments, homework assignments, exam, and project. And what I mean by that, grades are not negotiated. No curves, no extra credit. In calculating course grades, rounding conventions are being used, which I'll say right here. And so the student's performance, you take the points you've earned divided by the total possible. That percentage is your grade. It says, oh, can I have more and can I have less? Usually people don't say that, but they're not negotiated. Okay, it's all objective. Follow the common rounding procedures for calculations in this course, especially related to grades, assignments, and exam. For example, if some number x is to be rounded to the unit digit, then if x is between 1.5 inclusive and 2.5 non-inclusive, you round it to 2. In other words, 0.5 you round up. Less than 0.5 you round down to 2. Never round during calculations, only round presentations. I'll say that over and over and over again. A lot of questions that people have had in the past is they say, I can't get exactly what you have. Well, did you round? Well, sure. Well, don't round in your calculations. So when you start working problems in business or anywhere, when you start working problems, have that as a habit. Never round and use that rounded number in a calculation. Use the entire number in your calculation. The rounding is only for presentations or communications. The quiz assignments and homework assignments will be available through Canvas, will be submitted through Canvas. Quiz assignments and homework assignments are designed with different objectives. The quiz assignments are designed to cover basic material. That basic material is just simple definitions, simple calculations, simple relationships. The homework assignments are designed to apply a problem-solving approach to operations problems within a business environment. So you have the basics and then you apply them. No late assignments are accepted. This policy is strictly enforced, no exceptions. Okay, the course material, this is the textbook, and I have Canvas with a lot of material on Canvas. Okay, now this textbook here is required, and you can get it here. Here's the ISBN number. And down here, well, let's go a little further. Canvas, availability and submission of assignments through Canvas. All grades on assignments will be posted on Canvas, and the course grade will be posted only to the registrar. Although there are no prerequisites for this course, knowledge of mathematics, statistics, and Excel will be useful. Now, what I mean by the mathematics, statistics, and Excel are not prerequisites. So what I mean by that is I will not be teaching it in this course. I'll be using it. Now, if any of you have trouble with Excel and want to learn it, mathematics, want to know that, even statistics, I will help you learn it. But it's not part of the course, okay? I'll help you learn that so you can learn the course. Okay, here's the required readings from the book up here, Heiser and Render. There will be additional material covered in the lectures, not specifically covered in this book. In other words, I go deeper than what the book is. The textbook will cover material that will not be covered in the lectures or required for the course. So the book does things I don't do. For example, they will use case studies and they will talk about this application over here, and I won't talk about every application they do. And sometimes they'll have techniques that I don't talk about. This is a very broad area, and I pick things I think are going to be most helpful. And they pick things they think is most helpful, and it's not always the same. And that's true with almost every textbook. There will also be an online material available through the website mdharper.com, and this is what I'm getting at. mdharper.com has a lot of resources. That's another resource. before I continue on here, let's bring up Canvas, and let's bring up, Canvas down here. Come down here, and I have the resources here for mdharper.com. So if you click that, it opens it up. This is my website. If you click Operations Management, which this is the course, down here you have the textbook here, and you can order it through Amazon if you like. Down here I'll post this video, the videos down here. These are the videos that I'm using in the course. So in Canvas, I link to these videos, which are YouTube videos. For example, the introduction to operations. If you click this video, notice what we have here. Let me
Welcome
mute
to
it.
the Harper class.
Don't want to hear it. This right here is an introduction to this course. This is the very first lecture. Okay, and if you notice, I have all kinds of videos. I have Excel files. Down here I have Word files. I have all kinds of things in here. And I want to emphasize that this is my website, not the university's website. This will be here even after the course is over. Okay. The link to that is right there. Okay. However, reading assignments out of the textbook are required for each topic. Specific pages can be identified for reading, or the beginning page number will be identified, and the following pages are indicated with the FF. A lot of people ask, like right here, overview to operations, chapter 1, pages 1 FF. A lot of people say, what does that mean? What does that mean? Well, it's Latin. It's traditional Latin that people use. FF is folio, folia, folium, which means one and following, translated into English. But it's commonly used within literature that you say one and following. Now to start with page 1 and keep going, the rest of that is going to be valuable. Strategy here, page 9, break-even analysis, 318, supplement 7, 318, and following. And sometimes I give the actual pages, 699 to 728. Okay. Communication. Communications consist of one-way and two-way channels for different purposes. One-way communication channel will include lectures, Word files, Excel files, and videos I provide in Canvas during the course. Two-way communication channels include asynchronous question and answer between students, asynchronous Canvas messaging with me, synchronous virtual Zoom office hours with me, and synchronous in-person office hours with me on campus. And office hours will be posted on campus. Now, this is synchronous in-person office hours with me on campus. I think I said Canvas. Office hours will be posted on Canvas. Now, the reason I post these on Canvas, as I said, sometimes they will vary. Sometimes they will need to change. Sometimes they have meetings. A meeting is called. I have to attend, and I have to adjust these somewhat. And I'll make announcements on that within Canvas. Most importantly, each student is responsible to appropriately utilize all the resources available in this course for learning, and use two-way communication channels to support the learning resources. In other words, don't use just Canvas messaging without looking at the videos, without reading the text, without actually talking with other students, with me. So use them appropriately and learn how to learn. The most important thing you can learn in higher education is learn how to learn, and learn how to learn with all your resources. Communication between students will be through Q&A, question and answer, link in Canvas for each topic. Now use the Q&A on Canvas for asking questions about the course, which includes sharing answers, which is fine with me, about the course material, sharing information about the course, or other collaborations helpful for learning. Although collaboration is encouraged throughout the course to learn the material, each student is required to submit original work. No collaboration is allowed on the exam. What I mean by that is that collaborate to learn the material. Don't collaborate just to get the answers and say, well, this is the answer. Do you know why? No. So collaborate to learn. Don't collaborate just to get an answer without learning. Communication with me will primarily be through Canvas messaging between Monday and Saturday of each week, and use Canvas messaging. And this is asynchronous. Use Canvas messaging for personal communications about the course in general. Also use Canvas messaging to invite me to address issues within the course or questions about the course material not resolved in the Q&A between students. Now, what I mean by this is that Canvas messaging is you're asking me about the course. Now, the material, how to work this, what does this mean? Go to Q&A first. Learn from students first, from your colleagues, because usually there's someone who knows the answer. But if it comes to the point where no answer is really acquired satisfactorily, then in Canvas message you can ask me to address the issue, and I'll address it. However, I will not answer questions about the course material in Canvas messaging. If a question about the material is posted to me in Canvas messaging, or an alert is to a need in Q&A, I will copy the question and respond to the question in the Q&A for all students to benefit from my answer. In other words, use Q&A for the material. If you post it in Canvas messaging, I'll put it in Q&A. It should be there. Everyone should learn from each other. Do not rely on email as primary communications in this course. Since email has been unreliable in the past, use email only when necessary. Email is very unreliable for communication between students. Let me explain why. Because I don't always get it. There's more than one Mike Harper. I've had people send me stuff from Anschutz, from Boulder, or from Colorado Springs, from all different places, whose name is Mike Harper. And so I have like 3 or 4 different email addresses. Mike Harper, Mike.D.Harper, Michael Harper, Michael. So I have all these kinds. Well, who knows where it's going? Now, for this semester, should communication using email deem necessary, make sure you use this address. For now, I think this address is getting to me. If it doesn't get to me, do it again. If it doesn't get to me, go to Canvas messaging. The Canvas messaging up here, this Canvas messaging will always get to me because that comes right straight to me. It goes right to this course. It doesn't go anywhere else. That's why Canvas messaging is reliable. Email is not reliable. Not reliable. I even had people in administration or my area email me, and I never get it. Now, when you do, include your course and the section number in the subject area. Otherwise, I may not receive the email. Now, finally, collaboration is the responsibility of each student. Lack of collaboration does not eliminate a student's responsibility to submit assignments when due. If a tutor is used, and sometimes people use tutors, if a tutor is used, I want to encourage you, which is the responsibility of the student, to be careful to use the tutor appropriately. And what I mean by that is use the tutor to help learn the material. Don't use the tutor to do the work for you. Submission of quiz and homework assignments. Again, quiz assignments and homework assignments will be assigned and graded. Quiz assignments and homework assignments will be available on Canvas and submitted through Canvas. Answers to assignments will be posted on Canvas after the due date. Okay, now since the questions will be available on Canvas and the answer will be submitted on Canvas, through Canvas for the quiz assignments and homework assignments, carefully follow this procedure for quiz assignments and homework assignments. And I want to emphasize this because every semester there are students who don't do it. Download the questions from Canvas which will be in a Word file. And I talked about it in the previous video. You download the questions in the Word file and you have them. Obtain all your answers for all the questions. Only when all the answers are ready to submit all the answers through Canvas at one time by the due date and time through Canvas. Okay, each student is responsible to submit answers through Canvas correctly, completely, and on time. Answers may be submitted only once. Assignments submitted will be accepted as an entire assignment and graded as an entire assignment. Once you begin submission, you have only 60 minutes to submit all the answers to an assignment, only if the answers are submitted on or before the due date and time for the assignment. Now this sentence right here, I explain it in the next sentence, but let me just describe it. You have all your answers and you open it up. You have 60 minutes as long as it's before the due date and time. Well, the due date and time is Saturday at 11:59 p.m. If you open up the submission link on 11:58 p.m., you don't have 60 minutes, you have 1 minute. Because that due date and time will preempt the 60 minutes. So I open it up for 60 minutes as long as you do it, as you submit it before the due date and time, 11:59 p.m. on Saturday. So don't open it 1 or 2 minutes before because you only have 1 or 2 minutes to do it. So I hope that's clear. Again, every semester I have students that have that problem. That's why I'm emphasizing it. So hopefully we can not have that problem. The due date and time are strictly enforced by Canvas. Canvas will not allow submission after the due date and time, even during the 60-minute time window. The entire assignment must be submitted on or before the due date and time. No late assignments are accepted. Assignments not submitted have a grade of 0. The answer to the assignments will be posted online after the due date. No partial credit. Now, the entire assignment must be submitted on or before the due date and time. You can't submit part of it and then come back and submit later. Once it's open, you can only do it one time. No late assignments are accepted. This policy is strictly enforced. No exceptions. Although assignments are to be submitted through Canvas. However, in the event submission of an assignment through Canvas is not possible, and sometimes that does exist every semester, any semester that could happen, I will accept an assignment submitted by other means, like email or Canvas messaging or something like that, if the submission of the assignment has a justifiable digital date and time stamp by the due date and time. So some people will email and says, a Canvas went down, or my site went down, or something crazy happened. I opened it and all of a sudden I didn't do it, something happened. And so if you email it and I have it, the due date and time is a justifiable digital date and time, I'll accept it. Again, follow the common ground and procedures in the homework. After the due date and time, the answers will be posted on Canvas. Resolve any grading errors on assignments as soon as possible. There are so many questions and so many problems and so many students. Sometimes there's a mistake. If there is, I'll resolve it. Bring it up to me as soon as possible, as soon as you find out. So when I post the answers, go through the answers and make sure you understand how to do the material. And if there's a mistake, you can ask me on Canvas messaging and I'll address it. No corrections to graded material will be made after the end of the course. So during the course, make sure this is done. Collaboration is encouraged to aid in learning material but not required. Although collaboration is encouraged, students are expected to perform and submit their own work. Okay, the examinations given in this course will be designed for evaluation. And what I mean by designed for evaluation, I will ask you things you should know. In other words, I'm evaluating what you know. I don't want to ask you things you don't know. I want to ask you things you do know. Therefore, an exam study guide will be available to prepare for the exam. I'll tell you what to study. This is going to be on the exam. This is not going to be on the exam. I'll tell you the kinds of questions I'll be asking, so you come prepared to evaluate that you can understand the question, you understand what the answers mean, you know how to put them together, you know how to find the material because it's open book. The exams may be taken only once. The exam will be multiple choice, open book, open notes, and time. Therefore, this exam is understanding the question, understanding the answers, it's multiple choice, understanding where to find the material, and then you're putting them together. No collaboration is allowed. Collaboration is cheating. Every person does their own exam. No communication devices are allowed. You can use you have to use your computer to do this, but you can't communicate like your telephone or anything or phone. No sharing of material equipment is allowed. Each student must take their own exam with no help, outside help, other than material from the course. If academic dishonesty occurs on exam, the student will receive a 0 for the exam. Any incident of academic dishonesty may be reported to business school or the University of Colorado Denver for further action. And this further action, I've been here long enough, that further action in the past has included a 0 for the exam and or expulsion or suspension. No exam will result 0 for the exam, no work accepted after the end of the course. The project will consist of an analysis of a case study submitted by each student. Each student submits their own analysis, no group submissions. Each person does their own. The case study is presented with an assignment memo, that's what I give you, that I provide, and each student then will select one assignment memo from those available. I'll make those available in Canvas and produce 3 deliverables. A 1-page response memo, a 1-page technical memo, and a 2-minute MP4 video with audio and video based on a PowerPoint presentation. And what the response memo and technical memo, what those are, I'll talk about in the project instructions. I'll go in detail on what they are in the project instructions. Submit the 1-page response memo and the 1-page technical memo in a 1 PDF file through Canvas. Submit the 2-minute MP4 video presentation through Canvas. Details will be provided in the project instructions during the course, and there's where I'll describe what the response memo is, what the technical memo is, how to do the MP4 video, PowerPoint presentations. I'll discuss how to go through that. Okay, general information. This is like a summary, and also some important things of a general nature. Assignments consist of quiz assignments, homework assignments, and a project. All assignments are submitted through Canvas. Only under special circumstances, which I've already mentioned, assignments submitted by other channels of communication will be accepted if accompanied by a justifiable date timestamp. Late assignments are not accepted. Each assignment not received when due has a grade of 0. Grades will be posted online during the course. The final course grades are submitted through the registrar and not on Canvas. No correction to the grade will be considered after the end of the course. No incomplete grades. Nothing will be considered after the end of the course. Academic dishonesty. In the event it does occur on an assignment or an exam, the work will receive a grade of 0, and any incident may be reported to the business school or UCD for further action. Okay, conduct. Strict adherence to the code of conduct as stated in the catalog of UCD is expected by everyone at all times. And this link will take you to those code of conduct standards. And this applies to everyone, to faculty, to staff, to guests, to visitors, everybody. University information procedures and policies that govern university environment can be found through human resources. This link is human resources, and this is how they this is the human resource homepage on things that are available to students and faculty and people at the university. FERPA. I will follow FERPA, the Family Educational Rights and Privacy Act. It's required by law, and I will follow it. And this is the link to FERPA. And what FERPA is that your information is private, is between me and you. I could give someone in the university only if they have a right to know, a justifiable and legal right to know, then I will divulge it. Otherwise, I will not. I will not give out any information about you, your grades or what you've done or anything. It's just between me and you. Okay, any current or potential indications of violations of verbal or physical disruption or intimidation can be reported to the Campus Assessment, Response, and Evaluation, or CARE team. Now, this link will take you to the CARE team, and the CARE team, this is not, they don't come down and it's not police or it's not punishment. It is an assessment. And they will respond, they'll evaluate it, they'll respond, either individual, groups, or anything that's escalating that seem like it could be problems. They just come and evaluate, and that's how it's designed. And they will respond, and they will assess it, and evaluate it, and help. And so if someone, an individual, group of people, they need help, or even an individual needs help, they will direct you to help. Also, any verbal or physical incidents of violent or disruptive behavior can be reported to business school at the University of Colorado, Denver. Conduct also includes etiquette that is respectful to all people, facilities, and the institution. And I think the key word there is respect. I respect you as a student, respect me as an instructor, respect your colleagues, respect the institution, respect the facilities, respect everything, respect our ability to communicate through online. So respect and treat it appropriately. Commitment expectations. Taking this course represents your commitment to perform the work when due. Faculty policies have stated that classes in the business school should require their students a workload in and out of class that enhances quality education and is consistent with the amount of academic credit granted for the course. This course requires work due on a regular basis, and so you'll have online videos, and then you go away and you do your work. And you have work consistent and also due on a regular basis, and taking this course represents your commitment to perform the work when due. No incomplete grades are given, right here. And the final policy statement here. Policies in this syllabus apply to each student equally. In other words, I will not lower standards for anyone. It applies to everyone. And you might have a special circumstance, the policies still apply. I will consider special circumstances, but the standards will not be compromised. Now, this right here might sound confusing, but let me explain. I will consider special circumstances, but standards will not be compromised, and all work must be completed during the course. What I mean by this, an example of this, is that each student equally, if they have a problem submitting it on time, submitting it through Canvas, if they submit it through email, submit their quiz or their homework through email on time, by a justifiable digital date and time stamp, I'll accept it. So even though I have a soft policy of Canvas, I will accept it through email if necessary, as long as the standards are not lowered and it's done on time. Okay, and that applies to everyone equally. Those are no exceptions. But other things can be accepted, like, oh, I couldn't do it, but I've done it this way. Well, the hard and fast rules were met. Any action taken by me that might be taken as varying from these policies shall not be a cause to eliminate or alter a student's responsibility to adhere to all the requirements of the course, or to prevent my action in enforcing the policies of the course to every student. And I just put this sentence in because in the past, someone submitted through email instead of Canvas, and they did it on time, did everything right. But then someone else says, okay, well, I want to submit everything on email now, and it was late. I go, you can't do that. They say, well, they did it. He says, yes, but they did it on time. So anyway, it doesn't alter. That doesn't become a policy. It's a special circumstance. Everything goes back to the policy that's expected. So this is the end of my syllabus, the second part of the syllabus, and these are the policies and procedures. And so I encourage you to refer to them often. because it applies to every student equally. So between now and the next time I see you, I'm going to urge everyone to take care.